And this week in Smart Stupid People, Missouri Congresswoman Cori Bush. She is a Democrat representing the St. Louis area in Missouri. Actually, our friend Anthony Rogers. Here's a fun fact. Anthony Rogers is a comedian. He's been on the show. Remember him, Mia? Guy with the big beard. Funny guy, right? 3 years ago, Anthony Rogers ran against Cori Bush for Congress. He started his campaign as a joke, took no money in the Republican primary, and somehow won. And then he actually wound up running against her. So you guys could have had him over this wackadoo. So Cori Bush tweeted out, "I know what it's like to be unhoused. I once lived in my car with my 2 children. No one should have to experience that. That's why I've reintroduced the Unhoused Bill of Rights." She got a reply to this. This is from a guy named Jimmy Swanson, at Jimmy F. Swanson on Twitter. Jimmy Swanson says, "You also once lived in my parents' home in Hazelwood, Missouri, and stopped paying rent for nearly 2 years. It was a conservative Christian Army serviceman that helped you out for quite some time. Do you ever talk about that, or have you ever thanked my dad for that charitable support?" And then he corrected himself. It was only a year that she lived without paying rent in their house. So he did specify. "My dad pulled out the rental contract and noticed to vacate to confirm. Longest year of my family's life. He was a single homeowner who was on duty and ordered to Maryland, causing my family to rent their first home in Missouri. It was a terrible experience, and the other side of the eviction narrative is never told. My dad didn't even execute the eviction. He waited until school was out 5 months after the notice to vacate, and they agreed, but she only paid 3 to 4 total months of that year." So these people, they got moved because he was active duty military, and they didn't want to sell their family home, so they rented it out. And this woman sat there and lived in it. This woman who sits there and has a vote on whether or not your children go to war, on how much money they take from your paycheck, on what they do with that money. This woman who has a vote on all of that and more ripped this military family off for over a year. What a great... And to think we could have had Anthony Rogers. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials, at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.